Take a look at this. This is the 1934 Our Gang short For Pete's Sake. This is the first appearance of Billie Thomas, who is best remembered for playing Buckwheat. But he's not playing Buckwheat. That's Carlina Beard. In real life, she was Stymie's sister, and she was the one playing Buckwheat. After this, the character was portrayed 3 times by another performer, Willa Mae Walton.
I wonder what that is. I don't know, but it's coming this way. Hey, Buckwheat, what are you doing out there in the dark?
So then it was Billie Thomas's time to play Buckwheat, but the character was a girl. So they would put him in pigtails with an oversized sweater and large boots.
3 cheers for Miss Jones. Hooray!
In 1935, they had decided that Billie was the Buckwheat. So they were going to have to transition Buckwheat from being a girl to becoming a boy. So Buckwheat started wearing overalls with a striped shirt and had no more pigtails, and instead his hair would go straight up.
Shake hand, boys.
So he was just 3 years old in this short, but by the time the series ended in 1944, he was becoming a teenager. In 1945, after doing his last Little Rascals Our Gang short, he went on to do a feature-length film called Colorado Pioneers. It was part of the Red Ryder Western film series, and that was his first and only non-Our Gang film role.
Suppose you take over feeding the colt. I want to have a talk with the Duchess.
I'll do it, Mr. Red.
Billie joined the Army a decade later. He was decorated with the National Defense Medal and the Good Conduct Medal. So grown-up Billie decides to leave acting behind, but he still likes film, and he gets a job working for the Technicolor Lab. And there at Technicolor, Billie processed the negative film reels for some of the biggest hits in Hollywood, including Jaws. In October of 1980, Billie passes away of a heart attack. He was 49 years old. A year later, Eddie Murphy played a grown-up Buckwheat on a sketch on Saturday Night Live. The sketch was very, very popular, so Eddie would bring the character on again and again.
Buckwheat? Yeah. Okay.
Then Eddie decided to kill the character off doing a parody of the Reagan assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Now, a grown-up Spanky McFarlane was watching, and he wasn't happy. Because of this Eddie Murphy impression, the Buckwheat character became a very big part of pop culture. They started making these parody shirts that you would see whenever you went to a flea market. Some made a little bit more sense than others. I have this poster. Buck Light.
You're alive!
And well.
Yeah. Well, no, you know, there are rumors every now and then that Spanky's no longer with us. You look perfectly healthy.
I was in doubt this morning, but...
In 1990, 2020 had a guy named Bill English on the air who claimed to have been the original Buckwheat.
So, whatever happened to Buckwheat? At 56, Buckwheat, and he still likes to be called Buckwheat, lives in Tempe, Arizona.
So Spanky's watching at home, and he's furious.
I was really flabbergasted. Because, number one, I know that William Thomas, who is the real Buckwheat, died.
Mr. English, why did you do this? Come forward and say that you're Buckwheat.
Wait a minute now, young lady. I understand you had three Buckwheats. I don't know about that. I only know about the first one. And if you don't believe me, why don't you get in touch with Aaron Roach?
It kind of shows a lack of journalism standards that you didn't go get the Leonard Maltin guide. Well, this was fun to look back at. And if you like these videos, please go ahead and subscribe.